Hey guys, this is another Who to Summon video, and this time around, we have lots of options for green, which is Yumira, Z, and Haley. Actually, I've been accustomed to actually having a bunch of options, but now I feel weird because we don't have the witch summons here, so yeah. But let's just start right off the bat with frickin' Yumira. I'm pretty sure I don't have Yumira. And shame on me, because Yumira is absolutely very powerful. Very frickin' powerful. The only reason why green has a sliver of chance to actually be used on defense is Yumira at this moment. Because the main color that, well, the actual strategy that actually beats them, usually in green, is counter teams. And with Yumira, you're not only you'll be able to survive, you'll be able to beat counter teams with her, because her ability to actually lower the amount of damage received that it's on the enemy's turn, it's really freaking powerful. 70% is no joke, guys. If you get her to +5, yeah, she'll be very freaking useful in PvP, no doubt, especially versus counter teams, as I just said. So if you have Bubble, if you have Raylan, all those heroes are very powerfully, and you don't have Yumira, shame on you again. You need Yumira to be able to counter Messinket, Tesseron, in a lesser way Luna, but yeah, you also need for Luna as well. And all those heroes are used all the time in PvP, so Yumira is definitely a hero that you have to have if you plan to use green on defense, and on the attack as well, because you'll be attacking a lot of teams with those types of strategies. So yeah, guys, if your main color is green, there is no reason why you should not get Yumira. You need Yumira at least at +1. Yeah, at least a +1, because that actually removing the taunt is no joke as well. That's going to be very useful for you. As long as you're a single target user in green. Green has a lot of heroes that actually do a lot of things in AoE, but there's so certain situations you need to be free to do whatever, especially if you have Bubble in your team to be able to do that. So yeah, if you play green, you definitely need Yumira, guys, for sure. The next one is, I did get this hero, and he's very freaking powerful and very freaking useful, is Z. Z, his ability at +5 to be able to prevent debuffs is like a freaking amazing, super irreplaceable, very powerful. There's very strategies, especially in the game, that you can actually be able to scuff out and win when using that. However, even though he has this incredible +5 that prevents your entire team getting debuffs, in the meta, I've noticed that he is not being very successful, and I think the main reason is that his skill is slow. Especially if we're playing versus Yumira teams, he tends to get his life sucked, and when that life is sucked, it's really hard to get it back when you're slow. So yeah, it's a big problem. So I've been seeing Z not so successful. However, combined with other heroes like Yumira and things like that, he does become a lot more successful in doing his things. And more than anything, he's the only Team Realm user for green in the entire freaking game. So if you plan to use a hero to actually counteract enemy realms, you have to have Z. There's no other way around it. But honestly, in his case, I think that you have to get him in +5 to get the full advantages of using it, because this ability to actually make all of your entire team, when the realm is up, to be immune to debuffs is very freaking powerful. Do not underestimate it, for sure. Just make sure to put a hero next to him that actually gives him immune to stuns and all that stuff, because he is going to need it. He's definitely going to need it. If he gets stunned, he's going to lose a lot of mana, and he's not going to go off, and it's game over for this guy. But if your main color is green, you have to have Z. There's no way around it. Get him as high as possible in that case. Now for Haley, I enjoy Haley a lot. A lot of people, I mean, they're not really impressed with Haley. I'm really freaking impressed with Haley. She could even become your win condition if you combine her with Apollo or Naya. You put her on the left side and she goes off almost every turn. And they're not able to gain life. They get the damage every single turn. And sooner or later, they die because all the healing they get, it turns to damage. So they're not able to survive the onslaught that you're actually throwing with your yellow team there. So yeah, I really like Haley, but that's another hero that you really want to get a +5 because this +5 is going to make all the damage all the healing that your enemy gets, that's going to turn into damage. That's the main reason you want to give her in here. But if you're just getting her on, you have to get her +1. Her +1 is required when you're actually playing her, because like every single other roam hero in the entire freaking game, for sure. And Lord the Man again is cool. Not too crazy, but it is pretty cool, because that's going to make the enemy team slower than yours, and you're going to be able to go over and over and over, and they're going to get less and less mana in that case. But the +5 is definitely the main thing you want to get here. So if you don't have Haley, and you want to have an additional win con in your yellow team or whatever team, yeah, Haley is an excellent option for that, for sure, but you got to get her to +5, sadly, to actually do that. To turn it into a win con, you have to get her in that way, for sure. Now, for the option that we have right now, I already did first impressions of Silas. I still think Silas is a hero that actually does a lot of damage. Ooh, somebody won something. AM Orphan. Congrats, Orphan. Very freaking nice, man. 5,000 gems. Oh, so jealous. Damn. It's been ages since I won one of those. It's so sad. So sad. Anyhow, Silas. Silas, I've seen this guy in here in the Valor boss. And clearly he does a lot of freaking damage. But clearly, like I said in the first impressions, is at +5. They actually put the whip on it. That is funny. That is funny. But look at all that freaking damage just by being +5. No other weapons. Before, this was the highest damage hero in green in Valor Boss. I think that's going to change to this guy now because he does a lot of freaking damage. It's not even funny. And even the stats are just a little different. Obviously, it's not full. Probably doesn't have all of the badges and all that stuff. Now, if you're using him at +0, you can see he's doing a decent amount of damage, but not like crazy amounts of damage, like 1 million, 1,400,000, things like that, because it's +0 here in that case. Same strategy and everything. Putting the whip, that is funny. I'm sure if they give him an attack weapon, this would have worked a lot better. I'm 100% sure. For sure, guys. But at +0, he's not going to do a lot of damage. Let's see. Oh, he did not use that. That is interesting. So this means that, by the way, the boss has a limit of damage. You see, every single one of these is the same level. So if you reach that level, do it as fast as possible so you can actually get the top spots here. I'm pretty much too late to do that. I definitely need to do that pretty soon. Probably going to get the 4th spot or something. I don't know. Maybe if I can do just one more point of damage, but I doubt it because every single one of these is the same, which is crazy. Anyhow, as I said before, this guy, you got to get him into +1 because that ability is going to be very useful in events, as I said. However, if you want him to do insane amount of damage, another hero you have to freaking get to +5. So yeah, I have not seen him on PvP, so I cannot comment on him on PvP. On PvE, clearly he does an insane amount of damage. It's not even funny. Very powerful, very scary hero to have there in PvE. PvP, not yet, so I'll talk more about that in my update video for sure. Now, for Veronica. I still have her at +3. I think I'm gonna get her to +5 because at this point, when you have in my experience, if I have a hero at +3, I want to get her at +5 because there's only 2 more awakenings, and I do want her to actually give more crit chance and crit damage to the entire freaking team, and the +5 does do that in that case. However, you don't need to get her to +5. Don't follow what I'm doing. That's just me. Do what it's necessary. The necessary thing, the main reason you're going to have her on your team is to counteract Bubble and those green teams that I just mentioned earlier. This +3 is the real deal. This will help you beat Luna and also Raylan and all that awful things. And also, something that I forgot to mention in the other video is that she is very good versus Naya as well, because Naya's debuff is a control effect, and it is happening in your turn. So, versus, yeah, you can actually use her, use Veronica at +3 versus Naya teams as well, which is really awesome, and a really nice surprise as well. So, yeah, if you're fighting against a team that has Bubble, Raylan, and Naya, Veronica can help you up in beating that for sure in that case. So yeah, very powerful. If you plan to get Veronica, you have to get her at +3. But that's the thing, guys. You're only gonna bring her in at +3 to beat Naya, Bubble, and Raylan and all that stuff. So yeah, she is not useless, but she is not required for you to play the game. So I still think that she is not a must-have hero. But if you want to beat those teams, Naya teams, and also Bubble, Raylan, all that stuff, yeah, you can get her, but you have to get her to +3. That's the problem, guys. +3 is no joke, but it is what it is, guys. And her own weapon is absolutely insane, giving 40% crit chance to your entire freaking team. And if you don't have this hero, it doesn't matter. Giving this weapon to any agility hero in your team is going to give 25% crit chance to the entire freaking team. So that is insane. There's free weapons in the game that only gives 25% crit chance to one hero. So you're getting it to the entire freaking team. It's amazing. And when you get Veronica at +1, she's able to go off in the very first turn. So starting the fight, everybody's going to get that at 40% crit chance. So that's really freaking powerful. An incredibly powerful hero to have in your second red team, or even in your first team, depending what you're fighting against in PvP. So yeah, very powerful stuff, guys. Very cool. Very, very powerful stuff. Even though that if you have your team with Messenkit on it, maybe you won't want to use Veronica's, because Messenkit is already giving a crit chance, a bunch of crit chance with her own +3. But still, if you get Veronica, get her weapon, and use her on your teams, guys. Very powerful stuff for sure. So we already spoke about Yumira here. Yes. So which one of all these heroes is my #1 option for you to summon in this case? Well, clearly the main option is going to be green. So out of all the green heroes, I would say that you definitely need to think about getting Yumira first. The main reason why Yumira is my first option on all these heroes is that she's already been battle tested, and clearly, if you plan to use green on defense, you have to get Yumira. There is no way around it. If you plan to use a team and you keep getting destroyed by Tesseron, Messekit, Luna, Yumira is a very powerful option as well. It's not only for greens. Any color, any team that you want to have more protection against counter heroes, Yumira is an incredibly powerful option. And once you get it to +5, you're going to feel that counter teams are useless, because you're only taking 30% of the damage that you're usually getting. So yeah, it's a really big option. The teams that I usually beat with counter teams have Yumira, but don't have her at +5. They have her at +1, +3. But now, when they get them to +5, it's going to be a lot more difficult to take down. So if you already have Yumira, you have her +1, +3, do get her to +5. You will not regret it, and always use her versus counter team. Is going to be very, very powerful stuff. No joke, guys. This is this is no joke. You got to get Yumira as high as possible, especially if your main color is green, guys. Now, my second option out of all of these, man, I would say, even though he has been less successful than usual, a green team without Z is not a good green team. I mean, the thing is that it's not only him. Your other heroes give support to him. And without Z around, if one of your green heroes die on defense, for example, you need him to revive them, and he will revive them at +5 for sure, and give them protection and more HP and all that good stuff. So yeah, you need to get Z, but sadly, you need to get him as much as possible to +5. That's the thing with Z, and his biggest weakness is being slow. So make sure to give protection to him. He cannot be stunned. You have to put like Raylan next to him, and other heroes actually give him protection from stuns in that case, because he really needs protection in that case. But if you do, you'll be able to have a very tight green team to be able to be able to defeat your enemies in that case, for sure, guys. Now my third option, oh man, my third option out of these options that I'm seeing right now, oh man. I really don't want to choose Silas because I still need to see more of him. But honestly, I think Veronica at +3 has her uses in this case. She is not a must-have hero, as I said. She is not a hero that you have to have. However, if you're having problems versus green teams, if you're having problems versus Naya, I think that she is a good solution to those types of teams. And those types of teams are very hard to take down if you don't have a plan to take them down. And Veronica is a very good plan to do it. And a lot of players do have their main color still in red, or really high in power in red. So Veronica at +3 can be a very, very good option for you to summon in this case, to be able to take down those teams. There is nothing, well, not nothing. It is very embarrassing when you play your red team and you get destroyed by a green team with bubble. So this fixes that problem for sure, guys. I'm just gonna explain real quick why I didn't choose Haley, because the thing is that Haley, you gotta get her to +5, and I hate that. I hate that you have to get a hero to +5 to actually be used and be successful. However, you're able to get her at +1, and she'll be able to do her thing. But honestly, until you don't get her to +5, you really need to. Yeah, you really need to get her to +5 for her to be actually be useful. She is good, but not like these options. These options are not like super crazy, but still, Yumira is a very fine option for sure, guys. Alright, guys, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or any concerns, please leave them in the comments and we'll talk about it. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.